Today we are going to discuss certain relations for a chain as well as polygonal effect. Okay. So up to this we have discussed. Can anyone tell me what will be the, if there is mentioned, somewhere mentioned 40B, can anyone tell me what will be the pitch of this chain? If the chain number is 40B, what is the pitch in mm? Anyone?
सर 40 means the pitch and B means the standard. 40 को सर पहले 16 से डिवाइड करेंगे सर, उसके बाद pitch आएगी सर इंच में.
40 divided by 16, it is 2.5. Is it 2.5 mm?
सर 2.5 इंच में आएगी सर, उसके बाद उसको 25.4 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो mm में आएगी सर.
Okay, so it will be 63.5. You can see it here. 40B is having pitch 63.5 mm. So this will be one or two questions in your MCQ. Okay, so you will be given some number and you will be asked to calculate what is the pitch in mm. Now there are certain relations for the chain. What are those relations that I'm going to discuss? Let us consider a sprocket. Let D be the pitch circle diameter of the sprocket, and suppose a chain is wrapped around this sprocket, right? So what we can consider, let us suppose there is a sprocket having pitch circle diameter D. I discussed with you what is pitch circle diameter. It is the diameter of imaginary circle which passes through the center of the pins when the chain is wrapped around the sprocket. Now there will be pins. It is the imaginary diameter of the imaginary circle which passes through the center of the pins when the chain is wrapped around the sprocket. So this is pitch circle diameter. Now pitch, you know what is pitch? It is the linear distance between the center of two adjacent pins or rulers. Linear distance between the center of the two adjacent pins or ruler, that is a pitch. Now the term there is alpha. Alpha is called pitch angle. Alpha is called pitch angle. Can anyone define here what is pitch angle? How we can define pitch angle? As it is visible in your figure.
Sir, angle made by the pitch with the center of the sprocket.
Not angle made by not pitch. It is the angle subtended by the center of two adjacent pins at the center of the sprocket. So what is pitch angle? Now angle subtended by the center of two adjacent pins. Now this is the second center at the center of the sprocket. So this angle we call it as a pitch angle. Okay. So what is alpha? If Z is the number of teeth of the sprocket, this is one teeth which I highlight with red color. This is second teeth. If Z is the number of teeth of the sprocket, so alpha will be, now total angle subtended by a circle is 360 degree. So it is between two adjacent pins. So alpha will be 360 by Z. Z will be the number of sprockets, number of teeth of the sprocket. Right. So this will be the value of alpha. So depending upon the number of teeth of the sprocket, the alpha value changes. Now I want to find what is the diameter. So what I did, suppose I drop a perpendicular at the center. It is a procedure adopted by the author, although we can find it in some other way also. Suppose a perpendicular is dropped from the center of the sprocket on this line. Okay, this is a pitch. Now this angle, since perpendicular is dropped, this angle will be 90 degree, and this distance will always be half. This distance, if I talk about, this distance will be p by 2. So can anyone tell me in this triangle, which I am now highlighting, in this triangle, this one, and this half triangle, this one, what is the sine alpha? Alpha by 2. This angle will also be half now. So what will be sine alpha by 2? Can you tell me?
Sir, p by 2 divided by RC.
Okay, RC, you are saying RC, or you can say it is d by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
So your sine alpha by 2. So sine alpha by 2 will be, this will be perpendicular and this will be hypotenuse. So perpendicular will be p by 2, sine alpha by 2 will be p by 2 divided by d by 2, because this is radius of the circle, or we can write it as d by 2. So now 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So what will be d? D will be pitch upon sine alpha by 2. So d will be pitch upon sine alpha by 2. Now alpha value, you know, it is 360 by z. So if I put alpha as 360 by z, what relation I will get? It will be d is equal to pitch upon sine 180 by z. So remember this relation, you will get MCQ on this relation as well. You will be given pitch of the chain as well as number of teeth of the sprocket, and you will be asked to calculate what will be the diameter of the sprocket. So whatever things I am talking right now, definitely it will come in your end term exam. Because in end term exam, you will not be asked to solve a big numerical. You will be asked to do small things, and these are small relations. Right? So d will be p upon sine 180 by z. Is it fine, this relation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, next term is the velocity ratio. Everyone knows what is velocity ratio: speed of driving sprocket upon speed of driven sprocket. So N1, if N1 is the speed of the driving sprocket, N2 is the speed of the driven sprocket, you know that N1 upon N2 is equal to, in belt we write it as d2 by d1. In chain, we will always write in terms of number of teeth of the sprocket. So it will be Z2 by Z1, where Z1 is the number of teeth of driving sprocket, Z2 is the number of teeth of driven sprocket. N1 driving sprocket RPM, N2 driven sprocket RPM. So N1 by N2 will be Z2 by Z1. Right? Now, can anyone tell me what will be the velocity of the chain when it is moving, when it is wrapped around the sprocket? How we can find the velocity of the chain?
Sir, pi d n by 60 use करके, sir.
Okay, so you are saying velocity we can calculate as velocity is equal to pi d n1 by 60. Now listen to me carefully, because this is a quite simple relation. We are frequently using it, pi d n1 by 60. If we are using dia in mm, then I need to multiply here 10 power 3 also. But my question here is this relation correct one to calculate the velocity of the chain? Now think, the mechanism of power transmission by belt and by chain is not same. You can observe that chain, when it is wrapped on the sprocket, it moves in the form of cords. It moves in the form of cords instead of continuous arc. You can see it here. The chain will move like this. There will be center of the circles. So chain will move along this chord lines instead of making uniform arc, uniform circle. Is it true or not?
Yes, sir.
So this formula will not give you the actual velocity. It will give you approximate velocity, but this will not be the exact velocity of the chain when it is moving over the sprocket. Because chain is moving in the form of chords. This will be chain link and it will form in the form of chords. It is not enveloping this circle properly. It will move in the form of chords. You can imagine the circle is somewhat having different path, whereas chords is having different path. So velocity will not be exactly given by this relation, but it will be approximate velocity. Now velocity we are writing pi d. What is pi d? Pi d is the circumference of this circle. Can I write instead of pi d something else? If there are z number of sprockets, z number of teeth of the sprocket, and p is the pitch.
सर z minus 1 into p.
Z minus 1. Why Z minus 1? Take one as
सर
reference.
क्योंकि दो पेयर मिला के एक पिच बनाएगा ना सर.
But you can take it as one reference, na. Last one and this one will also make one pair.
तो फिर ZP होगा.
ZP. So right. So velocity can also be calculated. This will be average or approximate velocity. Pi d n by 16 to 10 power 3, and pi d, which is the circumference of the circle, we can write pi d approximately equal to pz, where p is the pitch of the chain and z is the number of teeth of the sprocket. But you can see pi d is a smooth curve circumference, where this pz multiplication give me the length of these chords. Okay, so it will be approximately equal, but not exactly. So I can put pi d here. Instead of pi d, I can put pz, and the velocity of the chain can also be calculated by this relation. Zpn by 60, where z is number of teeth of sprocket, p pitch, and n is the RPM of the sprocket. So this is one relation. Now coming to length of the chain. Now length of the chain, you know that chain is formed by the links. Different links are joined, and that will form a chain. So length of the chain is defined in terms of number of links. So what is the relation to find the chain length? Length of the chain will be number of links into pitch. What is pitch? It is the distance between the center of two adjacent pins or rollers. So ln is the number of links in the chain into pitch of the chain. So the product of this ln into p will give me the length of the chain required. Length of the chain will not be like that 3 meter, 6 meter. Yeah, it will be in meter, but it will not be calculated by the relations which we derive in case of belts. It will be calculated in terms of number of links into pitch value. Okay. Now the question comes, how to find the number of links? Okay, first tell me, is it clear up to this point? Tell me, is this clear up to this point? Okay, most of the students are saying it's clear. So how to find the number of links? There is a well-defined formula available in your data table. No need to remember it. So the formula to calculate the number of links required in a chain is given by this relation: twice a by p, z1 plus z2 by 2, z2 minus z1 upon 2 pi whole square into p by a. Can anyone tell me what is z1, z2? No need to remember this formula. It is given in the data table. What is z1, z2, a and p? Anyone?
So A is the center distance, P is the pitch, and Z1 and Z2 is the number of teeth on driving and driven sprocket.
Absolutely. Z1, Z2 number of teeth on driving and driven sprocket. P pitch, A is the center distance between the two sprockets. Okay, so this will be A. Generally, the A value lies between 40p to 60p. That we will discuss in numerical. A value lies between 40 to 60p. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll check it. We will check it when we do the numerical. So this A by P ratio, you can say it will be either 40, 50 or 60. Because if I put A as 40p, then this A by P ratio will be 40. P and P will be cancelled. So this will be the formula to calculate the number of links of the chain. Now, very important observation is here. Suppose the number of links comes out to be this value, 116.3. Now, number of links can never be a decimal point number. It will be a whole number. So what will be the answer? Can you tell me? What will be the number?
118 सर.
Why 118? Why not 117?
सर कम लेंगे तो वो तो सर हमारे मतलब लोड को शायद बेयर नहीं कर पाएगा, इसलिए ज्यादा लेंगे.
I am saying why not 117?
117 लिखा हुआ इवन नंबर लेना है सर हमें.
Why we are always considering even number of links? Now this is the question. Why not 117? Why we will go for 180? Okay, as you'll read it from even number, if the answer is 116.3, we will take 118 teeth. If the answer is even 117.3, even then we will take 118. We always take next higher even number. Now the reason for this is, dear, understand this carefully. We always take even number of links in the chain and odd number of teeth on the sprocket. Odd number of teeth. Now why it is so? The reason is, if in a chain drive, any one of the teeth or any one of these link start getting wear out, start happening wear and tear, the same link will not mesh with the same teeth if there is odd number of sprocket teeth and even number of links. Means suppose one of this link is getting worn out. Okay, so when suppose this link comes in contact with this teeth. Okay, now after coming back to this, the same link will not mesh with the same teeth. If odd and even combination is there, every time a new link will come in contact with the teeth. This will result in more uniform wear of the chain. This will result in more uniform wear and tear of the chain. We do not want that chain get worn out at one particular place. We always want that if there is wear and tear, it should be uniformly distributed in the chain. So this is achieved by designing the chain in such a way that sprocket will have odd number of teeth and chain links will be always even. So every time when the chain is wrapped running, when it is transmitting power, every time a new link comes in contact with one particular teeth. So this will result in more uniform wear and tear of the chain. So due to this reason, we are always selecting even number of links and odd number of teeths. Now, suppose the answer comes out to be 116.3 and we take it as 118. So definitely the length of the chain increases. It means center distance I need to change. So how to find the exact center distance? Once you change the number of links, that is this formula. We need to find A. The formula now becomes this one. Again, this formula is given in the data table. P by 4, ln is number of links. That will be 118 now. Z1 plus Z2 by 2, Z1, Z2, you are aware. The rest of the things are also, you are aware what are these terms. So is it this clear that this slide, chain length and chain distance? Please tell me.
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, poll it as yes if it is clear. After that, I'm going to start polygonal effect with you. So if someone in any kind of interview asks you about this sprocket and chain links, you must give the chain is designed with odd number of teeth and even number of links in order to get uniform wear and tear throughout the chain. This will induce uniform wear and tear. Hurry up. Okay. Now I'm going to discuss with you polygonal effect. In the beginning, I told you that efficiency chain, although do not slip, but still the efficiency of chain is not 100%. This is the decrease in efficiency is due to effect known as polygonal effect or caudal effect, or it is called caudal error also. Polygonal effect, caudal effect. Caudal means because chain is moving as a form of chords. It is called polygonal, caudal, or caudal error. So in this topic, we discussed that when the chain moves over a sprocket or passes over a sprocket, it moves in a series of chords. It moves as a series of chords instead of continuous arc, as in case of belt drive. In case of belt, whether it's a flat belt or V belt, belt is moving in a continuous manner, continuous arc manner, whereas chain is moving as a series of chords. Due to this movement in the form of series of chords, the velocity of the chain does not remain uniform over the different positions of the sprocket. So velocity of the chain is not constant; it is changing. Due to this change in velocity, due to this change in velocity, there is loss of efficiency. Okay, so loss of power, you can say also. Now we discussed that the chain is not moving as a continuous arc; it is moving as a series of chords. Now what happens? What will be the change in velocity of the chain if it is moving as a series of chords? That I am going to discuss with you. Now let us consider. So it is well written here. The chain passes around the sprocket as a series of caudal links, or a series of chords. Right. Now let us consider a sprocket having 4 teeth only. 1 teeth, 2 teeth, second one, third one, fourth one. Having 4 teeth only. Can anyone tell me what will be the pitch angle in this case? In order to explain this polygonal effect, I assume a sprocket having 4 teeth only. That will give you clear indication that how the velocity is changing. Now, can you tell me what will be the pitch angle in that sprocket? When the chain is wrapped over this sprocket having 4 teeth only, what will be the pitch angle? 90 degrees. So you can see it here, the angle between two teeth is 90 in this figure. So at this position, there will be teeth. So alpha will be 90 degrees. Right. Now let us suppose sprocket is running at n RPM. Sprocket is running at n RPM, means it is rotating at n number of revolutions per minute. Let d be the diameter, pitch circle diameter of the sprocket. So that term you are aware now. Now let us suppose a chain link. Suppose AB is a chain link. Comes here. Okay, comes here. Now can you tell me what is the velocity? What will be the velocity of this AB link when it just wrapped around the sprocket? What will be the velocity of this link, which is now at this position? What is the velocity? How to find the velocity of any point on any link? Velocity कैसे find करते हो? Please do not tell me that you are not aware. Because I told you in the theory of machines, we have discussed it in theory of machines also. How to find the velocity of any point on any link or any link? How to find the velocity? Velocity क्या होगी इस link की? The sprocket is running at n RPM. अभी तो बताया था पहले. V is equal to omega r. Okay, V is equal to omega r is a general formula to find the velocity of any point on any link. Now omega, you know it is 2 pi n by 60. 2 pi n. What is n? N is the RPM of our driving sprocket. R we can write it as d by 2. Now this link is at a distance d by 2 from the center of the sprocket. This particular link which we are talking about, AB link, it is at a distance how much? D by 2, because this is the radius. If I talk about this thing, this distance will be d by 2. So I put it d by 2, so it becomes pi d n by 60. 10 raised power 3, I told you that in order to convert mm into meter. So this will be the velocity of this link when it start wrapping over the sprocket, and this will be the maximum velocity. Reason being, this will be the maximum distance between the link and the center of rotation. Maximum distance possible is d by 2 only, because d is the diameter of the sprocket, pitch circle diameter. So this will be the maximum velocity of the link AB, right? So up to this, anyone having any doubt? Please tell me. What is the velocity of the chain link AB when it just start wrapping over the sprocket?
Clear, sir.
Now, okay, if it is clear to you, now let us suppose sprocket turns through alpha by 2 angle. Alpha by 2 means 45 degree. sprocket rotate कर गया, rotate 45 degree angle. It means this now this teeth will become reaches somewhere here. 45 degree rotate here. This teeth will reach somewhere here. C teeth reach somewhere here. D teeth reach somewhere here, and this 4 number teeth reach somewhere here. So you can see it here. This will be the new position of the teeth. Now chain is always moving. Chain is always moving over the teeth. It is wrapped around the teeth of the sprocket. So now the chain link will be somewhere here. Is it true or not? Please tell me. Tell me if any link will have come now. It will take this position over the chain. True or false?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what will be the earlier? This link AB will have velocity we prove pi dn by 60. Now what will be the velocity of this link when it is moving over the sprocket? What will be the velocity? Velocity. Now I need for velocity I need this distance because velocity is omega into r. R is the distance between the link and center of rotation. Now link is here now. What is this distance? This is the center of rotation. Now this angle you know alpha by 2 because I join the center of this link pin to the center of this. Okay, so this angle is your 45 degree. Now I calculate what is this distance. Now in this triangle, this will become base. This will be perpendicular. Can you tell me what is the hypotenuse of this triangle?
D by 2, sir.
D by 2. So which will be applicable, cos or sine? If I want to find this
Cos.
distance, cos. So you know that cos alpha by 2 will be base upon hypotenuse. So I write base as this as base. I need to find this distance. Now base I am interested in finding. Base upon hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is D by 2. So what will be the value of base now? Base will be D by 2 cos alpha by 2. So this will be the distance of the chain link from the center of rotation. What will be the velocity now? Can you tell me? What will be the velocity of this link over the chain? How to find velocity? Same formula.
2 pi n by 60 multiplied by this distance, sir. D by 2 cos alpha by 2.
2 pi n by 60 into, because velocity is being to omega r. Omega remains same, 2 pi n by 60. But what is r? R is the distance from the center of rotation to that point or to that link. So what is that r now? R will be d by 2 cos alpha by 2. Because base is I am interested in calculating. So it will be d by 2 cos alpha by 2. So what will be the velocity of that link? That will be pi dn. 2 pi n, that remains same, 2 pi n into 60 into this distance, d by 2 cos alpha by 2. So d by 2 into cos alpha by 2. So you can see 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So it will be pi dn cos alpha by 2 into 60. Pi dn cos alpha by 2 into 60. Okay, so this will be the minimum velocity. Now maximum will be this much when the link is at maximum distance. Now it has been observed that this distance will be minimum when the angle is half of the pitch angle. Okay, so velocity will be minimum now. So V minimum will be pi dn cos alpha by 2. Now you know that now that this cos alpha by 2 is having maximum value 1. Generally, if there is some alpha, then the cos alpha will be less than 1. So it means velocity will be reduced. So what we can conclude from here? We can conclude that different links is having different velocity when the chain is wrapped around the sprocket. Okay, different links are moving with different velocity. Not different links, particular link is having different velocity as it moves over the sprocket. So what will happen? It means there is fluctuation in the velocity as the chain wrapped around the sprocket. Velocity does not remain same. Velocity of the chain is not constant. It is having fluctuating velocity. So this motion result in this velocity, change in velocity results in pulsating motion of the chain. Due to this pulsating motion, the efficiency of the chain drive is not 100% because sometimes velocity more, sometimes less, more, less. So what will happen? There is some loss of power. So you can read it from here. It is evident that speed of the chain is not constant. It varies from some maximum value to some minimum value. So what is the variation? How much is what I need to do? I want that this variation in the velocity of the chain when it is wrapped around the sprocket, when it is transmitting power, it should be minimum. I cannot make it zero. Reason being, it is due to the formation of these cords. Since the chain is not moving along the continuous arc, it is moving in the form of cords. Due to this, there is this pulsating motion. So what is the variation in velocity? How much is the variation? Variation means maximum minus minimum. Maximum is this value, pi dn by 60. Minimum is pi dn cos alpha by 2 into this. So variation in velocity is proportional to 1 minus cos alpha by 2. You can put it here, pi dn by 60 minus pi dn. So we can say that it is proportional to this term. Because you can take common pi dn 60 into 10 power 3. That are constant parameters. Diameter is constant, RPM fixed. So it means variation will be proportional to this value, 1 minus cos alpha by 2. If I can reduce this term, 1 minus cos alpha by 2. If I keep this term equal to 0, means entire term 1 minus cos alpha by 2, if I make it in such a way that it becomes 0 or close to 0, then the variation will always be lesser. Now, if you see 1 minus cos alpha by 2, alpha value is 360 by z. If I put alpha 360 by z, this term becomes 180 by z. I want that this term should be minimum. 1 minus cos alpha should be approximately reaches 0. So what should be the value of z? It should be more or less? Please tell me. Because z is the only variable here. Number of teeth of the sprocket. Now you know that it is 1 minus something. If I make number of teeth in such a way that this cos angle becomes approximately 0, cos 0 is 1. So 1 minus 1 in that case will be 0. Got it or not? Please tell me. Please tell me, am I audible? So, as I told you, I want this term, V max minus V, this term, 1 minus cos alpha by 2, 0. This is possible only when this side is 1. Okay, 1 minus. If I make this term as 1, close to 1, then this will be 0. Now, when this cos term will be 1, when this angle is approximately 0 degree. because cos 0 is 1. Now, when this angle will be 0, 1 upon when z will be infinite, number of teeth of the sprocket are infinite. Then you know one of anything upon infinity will be 0. So then this angle will become cos 0. Cos 0 becomes 1. So 1 minus 1 becomes 0. It means variation in velocity will be 0. If there is no variation in velocity, no loss of power. But z is infinite. How is it possible? Infinite, we cannot make infinite number of teeth. So as far as possible, larger the number of teeth of this sprocket, lesser will be the cos angle. Lesser will be this angle. Lesser will be angle. Suppose it is cos 6 degree, 7 degree, cos 6 degree, 7 degree, 8 degree, 20 degree, 12 degree. It is very close to one value. Okay, so as far as possible, this z should be maximum. Right. So solution of this problem is increase the number of teeth. So due to this reason, due to reduce the variation in velocity, minimum number of teeth we are selecting on the driving pinion is 17. 17. Okay, so z 180 by 17, if I see what is the angle, 180 divided by 17, cos 10 degree, cos of answer. So its value is, if I take 17 teeth, it comes out to be 180 divided by 17, 10.5 degree. And what is cos of 10.5 degree? It is 0.982. 0.982. So 1 minus 0.982 will be still, there is some variation in velocity. Right. So minimum we are taking 17. In order to consider the noise and durability conditions also, I want lesser noise also. Then 19 or 21 teeth are the minimum teeth required on the driving sprocket. Right. So this is all about chordal error or polygonal effect. What is polygonal? Chain moves on the driving sprocket in the form of chords. Chords means it forms polygon. If there are so many sprockets, so many teeth, chain will move as forming a polygon. So due to this reason, it is called a polygonal effect. Right? We cannot make it 0 because variation will be 0 only if teeth will be infinite. Infinite teeth you cannot form on the driving sprocket. Right? Now it has been some data is there. It was observed that if there are 11 teeth, the variation in velocity is 4%. Vmax minus Vmin is 4%. If there are 17 teeth, variation in velocity is 1.6%. And with the 24 teeth, minimum I told you that it should have 17 minimum. With the 24 teeth, 24 we generally do not make because we generally made odd number of teeth. But still if you go for 20, it is less than 1%. Variation in velocity is less than 1%. Okay, so this is all about your polygonal effect. Now you need to remember what are the minimum teeth required on the driving sprocket. Now please tell me if you have any doubt here. Tell me. If it is clear to you, then poll it as yes. No one is having any doubt. It means nobody understands the topic. Because it is not like that everyone has understand the topic fully. Okay, if you are saying that it's clear, then fine. So we do not have that much time that we can start the next topic. So we will continue the next topic in next lecture, right?